People are expressing themselves to their respected government, to their respected president, and wanataka kusikilizwa. Lakini watu wakianza kuenda kupokea Cleophas Malala, nao wanapigwa tear gas. You have seen the police have used live bullets. According to the report that we have, that is unacceptable. Sababu wale watu waachwe, serikali iwaache wafanye chenye wanataka kufanya, iache kuwajenga, sababu serikali sasa hii ndio inajenga ule mrengo mwingine. Kama sasa there was no need ya kuleta hiyo drama yote, polisi kupiga risasi, polisi kufiatua vitu machozi, robbing tear gas to Cleophas Malala. Now you are building him as a brand, as someone big than he is not. Mimi kama ningeulizwa, ningeiambia serikali iwaache wafanye kampeni zao, iwaache wafanye routing za chama chao, na iachane nayo. Hata mrengo wa serikali ulisema hii chama ni chama ya huko mashinani, lakini wakienda katika mikutano wanaiongelelea sana. Kama ingekuwa ni kweli ni chama cha mashinani, hawangekuwa wanaiongelelea hivyo. Kwa hivyo mimi ningeulizwa, serikali iachane na Gachagua, serikali iachane na Cleophas Malala, wafanye mambo yao ya chama bila kusuburiwa kama Wakenya, sababu ni Wakenya. Na igoje, ikisikia president akisikia anaambiwa one term, ajiulize, na Wakenya kuna siku walikuwa wananiimbia nyimbo za kunisifu, kwani nilifanya nini wakanigeuka? Ajiulize hivyo, na akijiuliza hivyo atapata answer to that question. Yes.
What can you say?
So for me, me ni support our government. I mean, condemn the kumi bila break. Again, as we support the government, hatuwezi support our government tukiweka aside our brain and our reasoning na assume the most fundamental principle in our constitution and article 36 yenye inatupea freedom of association. Na freedom of association inasema kuwa kuna freedom ya mtu yote to join, to form na kumingle na anyone mwenye anataka. So what has happened today, sometimes we the people who are on the side of the government tunafeel vibaya because tukigo back to history around 2017, 2018, 2019 wakiform this party inaitwa UDA pale Kakamega. There was a burial honorable Boni Khalwale alikuwa na walikuwa wanajaribu popularize the party in Western region, wakapigwa tear gas. So today on day 24, it's unfortunate again because the government unajaribu kutumia the same procedure ambayo walifanyiwa kufanyia wengine hivyo. Na kwa Biblia there is a verse inasema we cannot overcome evil by doing evil. So to me, nataka ni condemn that act. Let's respect our constitution and article 36 which gives us freedom of association. Now that is really bad. As much as we are supporting the government, why it is doing wrong, we criticize it when it's doing wrong.
Now, kuna vile, okay, there is nobody mwenye anaweza tamani if possible kuwekelea mwingine. Unajua huyu amesema eti ana support government, nimehisi like nimuulize yani some of the questions, yes, if possible. Sir, if you can maybe at some point enlighten these people who are watching you right now, yes, what do you really think you can what do you really think the government is supposed to do to avoid all these chaos, and even if possible to let this lag on that one term? What can you really think the government should do right now to convince people and win their trust? Because some of the individuals right now, they are not in the position to be convinced such easily.
So Felix, you see, before niongee nilikwambia kuwa as much as we support the government, lazima to maintain ile humanity as human beings, because the government bado inahitaji kura ya wale watu. So the government inafaa ku avoid these side shows, funfires ambazo zinafanya only maybe sijini ku get attention of the people ama what is the issue. They should focus on the manifesto that they promised. Mambo za agriculture, building roads, infrastructure, like hapo Western wali promise around 1000 kilometers of roads. If wangepata kura 30% za Western, of which sidhani kama ilifika, haikufika 30%. But on the same notion, government inafaa kuacha hizo tabia, kutia gas watu na live bullets na hizo tear gas ambayo amefanya, just because Cleophas Malala ambaye amekuwa named as the deputy party leader of DAP party, ambayo the party leader is one Rigathi Gachagua. So Rigathi Gachagua hafai kupewa any restrictions ku associate na anyone, waachane na yeye aende atengeneze marafiki. So the government should counter that by ensuring that it does what they promise the people of the Republic of Kenya. Kuna mambo za agriculture, building roads, mambo za healthcare, focus na mambo za SHA to streamline pending issues. Kuna mambo za affordable housing, inafaa tengeneze, focus na stadiums, na so many things ambazo wali promise. So to me, honestly, I cannot support the government nikiweka brain yangu kando. Where it is wrong, I'll say it's wrong.
Where it is wrong?
I'll say it's wrong.
So what do you really think maybe what do you really think could foster this protest? Isijui hata kama ilikuwa protest ama ilikuwa chaos, I don't know, yenye imefanyika Kakamega. What do you really think can trigger those things to happen?
It's fear of unknown by the government. But on the same line, unaangalianga wanasiasa ni watu ambao sisi wananchi wanatuchezea karata sana. Wanatuchezea. You get sometimes hata you can, if you do more investigations, unaweza pata hata the people like Cleophas Malala ameorchestrate that thing to happen. Mimi nimeenda maandamano. Na tukaenda maandamano, tukapata this maandamano, polisi hawatupitia gas. So sometimes unapata hata tulipata our leader anapata polisi anamwambia bwana acha nikupe 1500 utupe tear gas mbili. Say that it can be shown that we are doing something. So to me, politicians sometimes they are playing with our minds. They are playing with our minds.
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah. So you can get unapata OCS ameenda kutafutwa na the group of DAP Malala kuwa mtupe tear gas so that he can reduce the popularity of the government na ionekane kuwa the government are being inhuman to the people na kuwa the rights of the group of Rigathi inakuwa haiheshimiwi.
I want to
Wacha kwanza. Unasikia anasema nini?
Nimesikia and I want to differ with him because we are talking of a failed government, a failed regime, a regime that had a lot of promises to Kenyans. And now, because Rigathi Gachagua was one of those who made a lot of promises, but unfortunately, they kicked him out of the government. Now, according to me and according to the best of my knowledge, they don't want Rigathi Gachagua near Kenyans because he will tell them, we promised this, but the government didn't have not achieved it. Manipata? Hawataki Gachagua aende pale kwa Wakenya, hawataki Gachagua aende pale masinani, and that's why they are seeing him as a threat to this regime. Ndio unaona hata akienda kanisa kunapigwa. Sababu akiongea anawaambia hawa Kenya, tulisema tutajenga barabara kilomita 10,000 kwa mfano, lakini barabara haijajengwa. Tulisema hasura watapata kazi, hawajapata. Hii ndio mambo ambayo wanazuia Rigathi Gachagua and the likes of Cleophas Malala kuja kuambia Wakenya, sababu wanaona Wakenya pia wao wako na ghadhabu zao, sababu kuna yale mambo ambayo mengi yalitolewa wakati wa kufanya kampeni na hayajatimizwa. Sasa serikali ikiona wakienda kule ground, inajua hawa watu wataenda kututoanisha, hawa watu wataenda kuongea ukweli, Kwa hivyo let's distract them. Sababu ukidistract mtu hata kama ataongea hii ataiongea kwa juu, sababu umemkasirisha. Unanipata? Atakuja kuongea yenye imefanyika hapa, si yenye ilifanyika. They are bringing a lot of diversions to divert the real issue about chaos, tear gas, live bullet. Sasa wasiwaambie walisema mimi ni mkabila, walisema mimi sifanye kazi. Tangu nitoke ni barabara gapi wamejenga?
Tangu nitoke ni barabara gapi wamejenga?
Yes.
Do you really agree with my friend here that hizi vitu zote zenye zinafanyika ni kwa sababu maybe the government inaogopa kwamba huyu jamaa anaenda kutoboa siri?
So nakubaliana naye to some extent. You see, I think to be honest, the most decision that the government ever made by one William Ruto is to impeach Regatta. Walifanya mistake kubwa sana, but now I think they are regretting it. Now sometimes unajua during regret, it's either you accept or you try to stop that person from progressing. But on the same line, unajua the government sometimes inatuambia kuwa ati the DAP party is a tribal party, but on the reality there is no political party ambayo hainanga the traditional grounds. Lazima kukuwe na inatoka sana. For instance, ODM ni Nyanza ni Wajaluo wengi wao. Hata ukiangalia the leadership ya Wajaluo wengi ndio kusema on key positions. Ukiangalia when you come to UDM, it is grounded in Kalenjin land, both North Rift, South Rift. Ukienda vitu kama the party kama Ford Kenya, unaangalia ziko Western. DAP party hii ya Wamalwa they are in Western. Uende UDM iko Northeastern. So actually, to be honest, all political parties zinakuanga lazima you were owned by somebody who is a tribal leader. If it's about tribalism, Ruto is a tribal party leader of Kalenjin. If it's about tribalism, Raila is a tribal party leader of
Kikuyu. No. Raila ni Ruto.
Yeah. If it's
Kikuyu.
So Kikuyu now wamepata a new baby inaitwa DAP party. Na to me inafaa kuwa politics should be competitions of ideologies, isikuwe competition ya kupigana ati because someone ametengeneza party. Hizo mambo za multipartyism ilipiganiwa sana ndio tukuwe na multipartyism. So mtu akiform party inafaa iheshimiwe na apewe right ya kuassociate, kutafuta watu wanaweza supporters yani from any region on this country. So what they are doing, it's wrong. Ama sijajibu swali hapo.
Hapo sasa kidogo nidhani huyo mtu ataenda hivi kwa sababu what now do you really think citizens right now, sorry, what do you really think citizens right now they are supposed to do? Now this is the question I'm questioning you, sir. What do you really think citizens are supposed to do right now to convince the government and at some point to work, okay, that can maybe bring good relationship between them and the government?
The citizens?
Yes.
Okay.
Because maybe at some point the government is also having hard time maybe to approach them, to make them understand them. What do you really think they are supposed to do?
So Felix, wanasemanga freedom will never be given by the oppressed. It will never be given by the oppressor. It is demanded by the oppressed. So whenever you feel that your issues are not being taken care of and you feel oppressed as a citizen, then you should demand your rights and things to be done by the oppressor. So on this case, we as citizens, if you feel the government is oppressing you, then we should demand for accountability, transparency, and good governance from the government. So ukiangalia, like last year, as a country we had achieved the right pathway ya kuensure politicians are kept accountable to their jobs, like ile mambo ya Gen Z vile ilikuja. Unaangalia actually tulikuwa tumenyonga serikali kabisa, but mahali ilifika, now the politicians were regroup back to save their interest. Ukiangalia mtu kama Raila ali go back to Ruto because unajua the movement ya Gen Z, it was not favoring Ruto, Rigathi, Raila. All people were in need of change, but the moment wali realize kuwa the people wanaanza kufunguka akili, wakaanza kufanya nini, they regrouped, then waka regroup back to defend their interest. On this other end, the people with this Gen Z, the millennials, badala ya wao ku regroup back and fight for the vision of this country, unaona sahi imekuwa politically orchestrated that ukiangalia the group ya Gen Z imekuwa spreaded, imekuwa scattered into 3 formations sahi. Because the government inajaribu ku complicate the matrix of the young demography of the young people. Sahi imekuwa grouped. Ukiangalia the political class of the young people, mtu kama Salasia, sijui nani anamfund. I don't want to say the government or the opposition, but ukiangalia the way he's moving all over the country, there is a very strong force behind him. Unaona anatembea everywhere to gather the young people. The second group, kuna group ya huyu jamaa anaitwa Morara Kebaso na Kasmuel. Wameanza kutembea on their own pathway, on an intention of to group the Gen Z. On the third group, kuna group ingine bado it is still strong and it is still the original Gen Z wako online, but unaona hawajapata the right platform ya kupigania the rights of the citizens. What the government does, ina poach people wenye wanaona wako very articulate na they are strong among the young people. Unaona wakapick Kasmuel Kebaso, waka political class wakachukua mtu kama they poach somebody like Salasia. So unaona tunabaki, the young generation tunabaki tukiwa vulnerable sana. So I think tunafaa with citizens, the right way, we have an opportunity between now and 2027 to ensure that the people ambao tunawachoose into parliament isikuwe vote on issues of sijui 6 piece. Unajua pale Mount Kenya na Rift Valley tulipigwa tunaambiwa UDA 6 piece from the president to MCA wote, and I think that was the greatest mistake that we ever did as a country. In future tusipatikane on such a mixture again. Tunafaa ku vet our politicians very well to ensure ni watu ambao wako accountable, because ukiangalia this parliament iko na there are so many crooks ambao they don't know what they are doing. They are no, kazi zao ni ku roam left, right and center, both from Mount Kenya, from Rift Valley, from Nyanza, all over the country. The 13th parliament will go in history as the worst parliament in the republic of this country. But 2027, that mistake will never happen again. For me, nikiwa supporter of William Samuel Ruto.
As you proceed, Gypsy, you once demanded that you want that guy. Today I'm with them here. And in fact, I was about to question, where is this guy by the name Gypsy? Gypsy, amekuwa kikudemand vibaya sana mkiwa na wewe.
Thank you.
Na naona amejoin hapa.
Thank you Gypsy.
So I believe Gypsy now ile promise yenye okay, that promise that I could give you guys, that I'm going to bring you those guys. I'm saying that nimetimiza. Yes? You continue.
Yeah. So Gypsy, shukran sana. Gypsy corner.
Yeah, Gypsy corner, but you, mostly the person doesn't understand Swahili.
Okay.
Yeah, you can use English when.
So thank you so much, Gypsy. We are here back to discuss the issues of the people of this country, because we want the best. We are young visionary people who are concerned about the country, our country as Kenya, then and Africa at large, and also to ensure that there is transformation of humanity and people are living in a decent life. So there is something I was telling you. You see, the population of our country, out of 100%, 1%, they own money of around 90% of the population. You get what I mean? As a population of 50 million Kenyans, we have around 100 people who own money of around 40% of the people. Then from the 99, the remaining, 5% are our likes, and the likes of Mheshimiwa Honorable Samin Ngugi. You see, we know what is happening, but we are not coming out clearly to protect and to speak out what is happening. This is a group of people who are working they are working for the government, they are earning some good salary, or they are enlightened, they have gone to school, but they are doing nothing. They are not vying for political position to ensure there is that change. So that is 4%, 5%. Then we have 4%, which is an amalgamation of politicians, the cartels, the cabals in government, people who are protecting the 1%. That is a group of politicians. So you have a balance of 90%. 90% now are the unlearned. They are in our villages, in rural homes. Those are the people who are controlled by the 9% now, the combination of politicians and the people who are working, because they provide for them food. So for them, they are completely vulnerable. It's either sometimes they are ignorant and they don't want anything to do with the government. They are just hopeless. They need handouts from the government, and they don't want any accountability from the government. So that is the problem that we have.
Sir, do you have any question? Maybe you can.
No.
Okay, you are okay. What can you add, maybe, or what can you say about that?
You know, necessity is the mother of invention, and change is inevitable. If we keep asking ourselves, what should we do? We should do the right thing. The citizens, the great citizen of this great republic, should be in the forefront to tell their leaders, mahali tumefika, we don't need you to come and bribe us, to give us handout. Because when you are given handout, so that you elect a certain politician as your leader, you will not be able to put that politician into account, kwa sababu atakuuliza ilikuwa wakati wako wa kukula, mimi siku kunyima ile pesa, but now it is my turn, let me eat with peace, bwana. You know, when we were studying history in high school, we were told there was something that we called agrarian revolution. Agrarian revolution, kama naikumbuka vizuri, it was the radical change in the field of agriculture and the rearing of animals. Now we need the same thing to inject our brain, to inject our mind, that we need a radical change in political arena and the way that we take our government and in the way of good governance. Okay? Hii mambo ambayo tumejileta kwake tukitoka kama wa Kenya, as Kenyans, we should come out of this thing tukiwa na a good mind, a good hope that uko mbele kutakuwa kuzuri kuliko hapa.
But now, sir, I want also to ask you a general question.
Yes.
At some point, nobody is trying to maybe foster any protests or other things that could bring maybe chaos or distraction, you understand? And right now, you are aware about what happened at Kakamega.
Yes.
And here in Kakamega, ndio nani anatoka? Ama?
Malala.
Yeah.
Do you really think that they are using good languages, good vibes that at some point are that are good to the public na wanachokozwa na government, ama ni nini hii unadhani mostly? Unajua kuna vile mimi sijakuwa convinced vizuri. I'm not well convinced that why do you really think chaos all over? Because we don't want maybe to lose any individual, we don't want to lose any soul, we don't want to see anybody ameumia amepelekwa kwa hospitali. We don't know how are we going to avoid these things, my friends. How are we supposed to end these things? Because at some moment the country like Kenya we are a little bit far as compared to the US and other bigger countries, and we really need to foster economical growth, and even social, and in fact all those developmental aspects that we really need to foster on. What do you really think we need to do to avoid these things?
I think the government, the backstop is the government. It should stop provoking Kenyans anymore, because Kenyans are in a point of no return. Yani wamefika mwisho. Now the government, what should be done by the government, the ruling class should come clear and fulfill the promises that they made in the campaign time. Wakuje watimize yale waliowaambilia wa Kenya. Then they should avoid kabisa engaging Kenyans, because Kenyans, first of all, they are tired. Kenyans are very angry and they are very aggressive. You have seen. Wakienda mahali kama pale Kakamega, ni chama wameenda ku welcome homecoming, si ndio? Waache wao watu wafanye mambo yao. Wakienda pale Mount Kenya, waache. Wakienda Nyanza, waache hao watu, because provoking Kenyans, it will lead to chaos, and we have seen it. Tukiendelea na hii mambo, ati mrengo wa upinzani ukienda kufanya kitu, kila kitu wanafanya, serikali inaiona ni bad, tutafika mahali watu waanze kupigana tu, na serikali ianze kupigana na hawa watu. Na one thing I'm sure of, the government of Kenya haiwezi shida wa Kenya. The government with its machineries haiwezi shida wa Kenya. I can attest to that.
Tell us.
You know, when we were in these streets in June last year, wewe uliona vile kuli happen. Na ilikuwa ni fury imejana kwa Wakenya, nao ilikuwa inatoka nje. Sitaki sisi turudi hapo. Tulipoteza watu wengi wetu, vijana wengi wetu. Na sasa wale wanafuata huu mrengo mwingine wa kisiasa bado wako na hiyo hasira, sababu wanaona viongozi wao wanapigwa tear gas, wanapigwa risasi, wengine wanatishiwa kuuawa. Na juzi tumeona a Catholic priest dying in unclear circumstances. Inasemekana because of alimwalika Gachagua kwa kanisa yake, ndio maana, because alikuwa ana nini serikali, anaambia serikali hapa, alikuwa na msimamo wake dhidi ya serikali. Hapa hamujafanya vizuri, hapa hamujafanya kile mliahidi wa Kenya, ndio msimamo wake ukafanya wao.
You just said that a church priest was killed.
Yes, in Nyahururu.
Let me read the comments. It is very unfortunate though. It is very unfortunate, and at some point I fail to understand why we can extend politics even to the church. Thank you so much guys for joining us, and I really appreciate. Hapa naona Jeeps Corner anasema Felix, thanks for bringing back the best guest.
Thank you.
Aya anasema the Kenyan public needs a brain cells reset.
Yes, that's the word.
Anyway, the Kenyan public needs a brain cells reset, otherwise we will be voting in the same people. Unaelewa? Anasema I love Kakamega best destination of golf club. Yeah, I like it too. Wamorire ali comment Ruto 10 bila break. Sijui mbona tena delete your message yake. Wamorire, I don't know why you are deleting. You know, Kenya News Alert is a platform for everybody. And it is a platform that whereby at some point we share our ideas, as long as we we pass a good and clean message that will be constructive not only to
Yes.
you who is watching, but also to other Kenyans. So
Yes.
don't feel pressured to type your message. Be free. So here, Jeep's Corner anasema, can you please ask the guest what they think about the IEBC postponing everything and the same 3 bench judges have been brought back? Will it affect the new impeachment? Yeah. Umesikia hiyo?
Hiyo nimesikia.
Haya, tuanze na wewe.
Acha, so before I come on that, there is something you had asked about why are we on insanity, whereby we are doing the same things, the same way, and we are still expecting different results. You see, Kenyans, there is somebody, is it Gypsy? Gypsy Corner. So Gypsy Corner had said that Kenya needs something like a shock or resuscitation. You see, the problems that we have as a country are not social problems, because we as the people, like me, I'm a Kalenjin, is a Kikuyu. That's the
I'm also a Meru.
Is a Kisii.
No, I'm
You're
a Meru.
Okay.
I'm a
So
Meru
you
from
see,
the other side of the
we
country.
are friends. All of us are friends.
Yes.
The social class is very well organized. We are friends, we help, we do business together, and we discuss dynamic issues in our country. But you see, where there is a problem is the political class. Because these people, they don't want unity from the people. It is actually something which is artificially plotted to ensure that we are not united, and make it to something that they sell to the people to believe that we should not be united just because of their political interest. And Felix, let me tell you, as a country, we don't need any social justice. What we need is the economical justice. The moment they ensure that the economy of the country is balanced, so that everyone can do business and you thrive without knowing somebody in order for your business to thrive, or you being given some contracts in the government. What it is happening is that our politics has controlled everything. You see, do you know that in our country, politics outweighs the strength of our constitution? So that is the problem that we have. We don't respect the constitution, which we were given as the main principle in our 2010 constitution. Politics outweighs constitution. Politics outweighs constitution in our country.
And what do you really think we need to do to avoid that?
It's with the people. We need to vote in the right people, especially the parliament, because that is the place which keeps the government on check. You see, there are the politicians who are vetting almost every entity in this government. They are involved in vetting Chief Justice, they are involved in vetting of almost all the people who are given parastatal jobs. They are involved in vetting cabinet secretaries, PS. So I think if we get the right legislature, then we will get everything the right way. You see, when you want to kill a snake, you kill it from the head.
Thank you so much, sir. What can you say about the same question? Can you please ask the guests what they think about the IBC postponing everything and the same 3 bench judges have been brought back? Will it affect the new impeachment?
Let me start with the 3 bench being brought back, the same judges. Don't expect something new from them, because the bench was found to be constituted illegally by the Deputy Chief Justice. Then the Chief Justice, she goes back and brings them. Now, that tells you that Judiciary, it is not independent as we are thinking. There is someone in the government, in the executive in particular, who is controlling the judiciary, because with the layman's knowledge that we have, haiwezi kuwa koti imesema this bench was constituted illegally or kulikuwa na makosa kidogo, then because now you have made it, you bring the same judges again. Whereas there are some judges wengine ungechoose. So according to me, don't expect, because whatever they have ruled, do you think they will overrule? They can't. But if it is a different one, a different bench, consisting of other judges, maybe it could overrule what was ruled by this bench. But do you think we umekuwa kwa kamati alafu ukuje we mwenyewe ukuje useme haya tulisema ni makosa? Don't think there is something which will be new there. That is a done deal. That is a hiyo imeshaenda hivyo. Hiyo iko hivyo. Hiyo swali lingine ilikuwa nasemaje?
Umezungumzia story ya
bench.
Si ndio?
Yes.
Okay. How will it affect the new impeachment?
Because it is on High Court, I think Gachagua will not get any justice in that High Court.
It is just the same way.
Yes.
Like there's somebody who is controlling this.
Yes. Now he will proceed to Supreme Court. Maybe fair. In one way or another, we don't know. We will wait and we will see. Let's cross the bridge when we reach there.
I want to take you back. I want to take you back to Kakamega.
Yes.
What do you really think will trigger those individuals who were protesting in the streets? I don't know whether they were protesting. Hadi tuliona tena wengine hadi wanarushiwa sijui ni tear gas.
Tear gas and bullets. I have seen some.
Do you really think ni kitu yenye iliplaniwa na hawa akina Malala, if possible wafanye kitu intentionally ndio maybe what trigger? Truly unajua hii Kenya sasa tumeanza kuogopa because some of the things unapata like ni kama they look like drama like. Na hii drama unapata ni drama yenye iko serious bana. Unaelewa? Sasa what do you really think can bring the police officers na hawa watu wengine to clash? Kwa sababu truly huwezi niambia like mtu anaweza tokea tu no hivyo aanze misbehave hadi arushiwe matiagas.
In political arena, everything is possible.
So tuseme ni pesa zinafanya kazi hapo.
You know, the government is afraid of these people. And it can do everything, even using excessive powers, even killing, to make them fear, to make the general public fear to be associating with the DCP, Gachagua, Malala, and the rest. They can do everything that it is in their jurisdiction to make these other people fear, even Kenyans fear, to associate with Gachagua and Malala and the rest. So, it is true, you cannot dispute. Sometimes politicians plan things. But this one, it was very serious. Again, the DCP party and Malala and the Kenyans who are there, they don't hold guns. Guns are with policemen of the Republic of Kenya. Tear gas, we know it is a government.
I think the same thing happened when
Gachagua was
launching
yes,
his political party.
Unveiling.
But the response we could get from the Minister of Interior Security was that those people, okay, those were the people were not paid according to the agreement that they had.
You know, when the Ministry of Interior come and catwalk on us and tell us those were the people who were not paid, where did they how do they acquire this gun? Buduki wanatoa wapi? We believe and we know buduki inafaa kuwa na askari wanajeshi, but you cannot come and tell us These people are not paid. You know, a gun is not a panga or a machete. If they could having rungus and machete, we could somehow believe. But coming to us telling us these people are not paid, and that's why we had the gang shot. No, nah, don't take us for right. And you know, government work in pharisees and some things that are forceful, narratives that are not aligning well. When you hear watu ambao wako ndani ya serikali wakisema wale watu ni wao wanajifyatulia risasi, wale watu ndio wao wanajitupia tear gas, huwezi amini. Sababu kitu ya kwanza, hii tear gas walitoa wapi? Hii buduki kwa nini mnawafanya wakae nayo na hawajaruhusiwa na sheria? If they are talking the truth, what they could have done, they could have gone and confiscated the firearm, the illegal firearm, then they take them in a court of law and charge them with having an arm without the proper consent of the law. Hii yote unaona ni mambo ni serikali inafanya. Sababu kama si serikali tungeona watu wakipelekwa kotini. Mwenye alikuwa anafyatua hiyo bunduki hakuwa anajificha. Wenye saa hii wametupa tear gas hawakuwa anajificha. Hawakuwa anajificha, wanaonekana. Those bullets zinaonekana zimeshikwa na kina Senator Nandaro. Wameshika hizo bullets. Hizo nini? Hiyo maganda ya risasi. Kwa hivyo si kitu ambayo
Joseph Bandera, that we are praying for them, and may Father rest in peace.
By the way, I don't know why some of the individuals at some point could decide to go to the church. Bro, unajua kuna vitu zingine zinafanywa hadi unajiuliza sasa hii nayo, like seriously.
I tell you what they are doing. They are installing fears to the priests so that they do not allow the opposition. They do not invite the opposition to their churches. That's what they are doing. They just installing fear, selling fear. If you come and host Gachagua, you can be murdered, and no one will want him to worship in his or her church. That's what they are doing.
Please, if you don't mind, there's something you are. I'm coming back to it. There's something you are trying to talk about. Ni wewe ama ni huyu mwenye alikuwa anajaribu kuzungumzia vile vitu zinaweza pangwa. Unanielewa?
Yes.
Sasa mimi nataka kuuliza swali. Bro, sikubali. How do you really think maybe kitu inaweza pangwa? Eti tukienda kuanzisha mkutano polisi wakuja vurugi. Kwa sababu hiyo ilikuwa a homecoming ya huyu jamaa. Si ndio? Ilikuwa a homecoming ya Malala. Malala tena anaweza taka kuscript drama ambayo maybe inahusisha tena polisi na wananchi. To next na sasa tena anakuja na unajua sasa hiyo kitu ndio kama siku kuelewa vizuri.
You see, the objective is to create that perception that this person is being persecuted by the government. And someone like you, I think you have just believed. That was the objective. You see, in our country, 80% of our politicians, they either steal from the government, then when they are being frustrated by the EACC, arrested DCI, which sometimes it can be true, but these people will come and cry to his people that I'm being persecuted through criminal justice system. So when they go home, they go and cry to his people that I'm being fought by the government, please vote for me so that I can solve my issues. That is number one. Number two, it is happening through things which has happened today. You see, you get a politician planning his own arrest or planning his own way of tear gassing him to ensure he gains some popularity from the voters who are the target group, and to create a certain perception in our country that these people are being targeted by the government, are being persecuted so that they can get sympathy from the people. So that is just my opinion. It's not a must that just the way Honorable Ngugi had said, what we are discussing are opinions which are not factual. Sometimes it happens because in politics anything can happen.
Kuna kitu yenye unaweza muuliza swali? Mimi nataka niwapatie sasa nafasi ya kuuliza maswali.
Swali sina, because whatever he is saying it is truth. Unaweza pata ni kweli wale walipanga, but to certain percentages, and the way if we go with the current situation in our country, I don't think ni wao walijipangia hiyo. We have seen not once, not twice, from the Lemuru when Gachagua went there. You remember the chaos? When he was in Kasarani, do you still remember the chaos? In Full Gospel Church, when he has been met with a lot of chaos everywhere. He attended the church rally, unveiling his political party. You said some goons because the government is afraid of him. You hear them saying Gachagua ni mtu wa huko mashinani, huyu ni wikibiri wa mjinga wa msahau. But you know, the president miscalculated his decision of impeaching Rigathi Gachagua. He never knew Gachagua will boom and be something that will give him sleepless night. And you have seen, whatever the president is touching, or the government is touching from the Mulima side, the Mount Kenya side, it becomes there is the people
tension.
Yes, the people distance themselves with it. Ile serikali inaguza ama mtu ule serikali inaita wacha tufanye kazi na huyu, wale wa Kenya kutoka huko Mlima Kenya wanasema huyo sasa wacha afanye kazi na serikali, si wetu. Now they are suffering from a denial. Wanaona hapana, huyu si ule Gachagua ambaye tulimpiga. He has become a monster. He has become a lone ranger. They are just saying hii mtu ni chama ya mashinani, chama ya mtu moja ya huko wa Munyoro. But the thing is being discussed by everyone, including the president, including his boys, other boys, including everyone. Chama ya huko mashinani inaweza diskusiwa na kila mtu? Haiwezi. They are laboring as a tribal outfit and deep down they know it is not. Now whatever they want to curb and to prevent, it has already spread like a wildfire, because people, they want change. They want to change the terms of engagement. If it is a social problem, let us approach it socially. If it is economical problem, let us approach it economically. If it is a political problem, let us approach it politically. Let us not mix issues here. Kama tuko na shida ya mambo na masomo, kama tuko na shida ya mambo na serikali, tuifuate na huo mkodo. Tusikuje kulaumu huyu hajafanya huyu. What should be done.
Anyway, guys, I really appreciate. I really appreciate, and I at some point I think everything that you guys have decided to share with us this evening was so beneficial, not only to those who are maybe commenting in there, but also those who are going to watch us also later.
Yes.
Unajua cha niwaambie ukweli, at some point we might be the answer, na tunaweza kuwa tunajua chenye kinaweza leta solution, lakini at some point tuweze fanya nini? Hatuwezi pata opportunity ya kujiexpress.
Yes.
Thank you so much, guys. I really appreciate. Maybe say one word to those people who are watching us. Ukiwaambia kitu tukiwind up.
Yes.
Start.
You know, the government is fighting opposition with all its machineries, and it is forgetting to tell the people we have been doing this, and we are doing this, and we are intending to do this. They are totally forgetting that. Sometimes when you say these people have done this, say one or two things that they have done. You see, when they come in office in 2022, KQ was making a lot of losses. But now, if it is true, because sometimes they cook the figures, but the report and the statistics that we have, they posted a whopping profit of 5.234 billion. That is recommendable. Okay? But there is no one in this government who is telling Kenyans, there is another ministry which is doing extremely well, tourism ministry, under the leadership of Rebecca Miano, the CS. The ministry has become a boom. We are receiving a lot of visitors, international visitors in our country. No one is talking about it. Everyone is directed his or her energy to fight the opposition and Gachagua people. But they are forgetting to come and tell people, now we have achieved through this ministry. There is another ministry for mining. mining and brew economy under CS Joho. Even I was not thinking that he will perform the way he is performing. The man has performed. The investors, miners have become in our country, and in return, our people or the young people are getting employed by these farms which are coming to mine in Kenya. That is commendable, but you see, no one is talking about it. No one is talking about it because all the energy they have concentrated to fight one man, to fight the opposition.
Now one word for them. One word for them.
One word for them, I will tell them, even if you are fighting the opposition, please come clearly, tell the people what you have done. And if I may add, there is another CS Wahome. Hii mambo ya housing ameipeleka mzuri, hata ingawa si support sana, under his leadership ameipeleka vizuri. Anaipeleka vizuri, though there is a lot of contradiction. Anaipeleka vizuri. We know that it is a scandal in making, but hapa kwa kujenga na studying the structures, huyu Wahome anaipeleka vizuri. There are some cabinet secretaries who you will rarely hear them insulting Gachagua, talking about the opposition. You will never find them saying this, oh, Gachagua, this, that, who, opposition, no. And they, deep down themselves, they condemn what the government is doing wrongly. Yes.
So, sir, last word maybe at a very short time possible.
So thank you so much, Felix, for this opportunity that you have given us to share some issues. And I've just like what Honorable Ngugi has just said about what the government, it's working, but the people who are supposed to inform the people of the Republic of Kenya what the government has done, they are not doing their job. For instance, the government has done Malala's job. In the sector of education, it has employed 76,000 teachers. It has built around 16,000 schools all over the country. Number two, on the sector of health, SHA is really working. Honorable Adenduale is doing some marvelous and magnificent job. But now on that, just for the last 3 months, I think you have just realized that there is no one who is complaining about SHA. In terms of agriculture, sisi watu wa Rift Valley huko, whereby we really benefited from agriculture. From the side of Mount Kenya, people have done marvelous harvest in coffee. Some people have been paid between 120 to 140 in coffee. From our home where I come from, Nandi, we benefited from the government fertilizer. That is through the Minister of Health, courtesy of William Samoei Ruto. The fertilizer was reduced from 7,500 to around 2,500. That is a reduction in 66.6%.
Are you trying to also try maybe to show people the achievement
what the government
of the
has done? Because people who are supposed to do, they are not doing. Currently, around 103,000 houses are being built all over the Kenya with an objective of creating jobs. Number two is to ensure that people are living in a decent life. That's just the way my friend. Tourism is doing marvelous profits. There is establishment of markets all over the country. Number six is that there is some good job happening in parastatals, like KQ has made around 5.3 billion profit in history. For 63 years ago, it has never happened. Kenya Ways doing the same. Kenya Pipeline Authority doing the same. Kenya Ports Authority profits all over. In Western Nyanza, is that these sugar factories, they are getting a lot of profits. People are being paid, and they are now on the track. Just give William Samoei Ruto. In the next 1 year, no one will be complaining, and all his critics will really be crying for William Samoei Ruto to continue for the next 10 years. So I can assure you, just wait until next year, something good will have happened from the government. You see, when a plant is growing, going deep down inside the soil, it takes time. But when it grows up, you just see the fruits. It grows without any hard work. So what was happening is it was just laying foundation. But in the next 1 year, then you'll see what's happening. For the first time in history, there has never been any finance bill which has no increment in in any sector of the economy. Like there is no addition in taxes. For the first time, finance bill of 2025-2026, there is no tax addition. So thank you.
Anyway.
Kume bila break.
Anyway. Daniel Sanya. Anasema Ruto 5 tena mkatae mkubali. Ruto 5 tena mkatae mkubali.
Hiyo ni maoni yake na ni mzuri.
Jeeps Corner naona anamsalimia. Hi Daniel, sorry for the inconvenience kwa sababu ya a little bit network issues, and I really appreciate you Gypsy for being so patient to wait for us. Thank you so much Gypsy. So thanks very much for the great guests. Kudos to them.
Yeah.
Huyu ni Jeeps Corner.
Yeah.
Anyway, appreciate pia mimi, nimeshukuru sana. Anasema great groundwork, Plain St. Felix. We are going to do more. And we are going to come with many strong strategies to make these programs to be as successful as possible, to avoid these inconveniences zenye zinafika zina happen. So Jeeps, wherever you are, I really appreciate you. Wherever you are, may you stay safe and continue tuning in. You know, without your comments here, atakama, I don't believe that inaweza kuwa show. Without your comment, I don't believe that inaweza kuwa show mzuri. So guys, I really appreciate you and thank you so much for honoring Kenya News Alert TV.
Yeah.
Just like as I'm telling the viewers here, I really appreciate you and I love you so much. Thank you for choosing Kenya News Alert TV as your platform where maybe you get political information. By now, kule Kakamega, yani ninamaanisha the other side of the country, Kakamega, there was a little bit chaos, but I believe everything was controlled and everything was okay, and I believe there is nobody who died.
Yeah.
Everybody's alive, only that some maybe wengine naturally lazima wakwaruze kidogo, wengine waanguke kidogo, si ndio? So thank you so much guys for joining us, and I really appreciate. How do I wish that you continue tuning in, so that nitakuja kuwapatia program that every Saturday or every Sunday ndio tunaweza kuwa maybe tukifanya nini, tukikutana na some of the same types of guests. Ama ni aje?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So by now I want to say goodbye, tuonane